both of these teams in the NCAA Tournament for the 18th time. For Kentucky, their first appearance since 2022, and for Liberty, they have not been in the tournament since 2018. We are underway in Lexington, Liberty in red, Kentucky in the white. And what is important for Liberty to do right away, Tamika?
Well, I think right now you got to make the right plays happen. Kentucky's going to get out. They're going to be really aggressive and try to make it hard. But get it down low. Smoother, who we just talked about, trying to take it at first step.
She was looking forward to that matchup. Let's take a look at our starting lineups brought to you by Capital One for Kentucky. This is the same starting lineup the Wildcats have used in all 29 games. And for Emma Hess, this is the 100th start of her career. So a very veteran teams on the floor today.
And what you like to see, you know, a lot of teams trying to, well, not, a lot of teams look at the transfer portal and try to build that way. And Coach Glenn really talked about just trying to keep his players consistent and smoother.
It's one of the things that distinguishes the Kentucky post, how well they handle the ball. Key, case in point. Smoother with a rebound.
Well, I like how aggressive Kentucky trying to be to get to the basket and create plays.
Nice move by Jordan Hodge. Number 0. She says she chose 0 because 0 people can guard me, and she just showed it on that drive.
Well, you're going against Deja Lawrence, such a great defender, and Georgia Amoore steps up. You cannot go under the screen.
We'll try to slow it down or speed it up against Kentucky.
I think you have to be really smart. You don't want to get, you want to make sure you're in a scoring position, so when you drive.
Carrie Green. Carrie is a legend at Liberty University. He is the all-time winningest coach of any athletic program in Liberty University history. This is his 26th season. And in terms of basketball, he has the 18th most wins of any active coach in the country.
Just even having the opportunity to talk to him. He's got his family here and wants to make sure we give love to his family. Continue to lift his team up.
Amoore off the mark. Offensive rebound by Key. Hassett, the three-point shooting specialist, misses that one. Strack again with a rebound. Amoore wide open. Yes! This Kentucky team has set a program record for blocks this year. Incredible rebounding team. 3 players average over 8 rebounds a game.
And we don't see that happen very often. Strack not able that rebound, and Liberty answered right away.
Flames typically have done a great job rebounding in their conference. Clara Silva into the game now for the Wildcats. That 3 is good by Deja Lawrence.
Well, those two, the way they play and just feed off of each other. You saw Lawrence as Amoore started driving. She found that gap.
Amoore said she wished she had another year with Deja Lawrence. That connection has been so much fun for her. Lawrence with the steal. Blows by the D between the defenders and draws the foul. 11 of Kentucky's 13 players this year transfers from outside the SEC. In fact, not even players that have been in the conference. Lawrence, who came in from Charlotte at the free throw line. And what a job Kenny Brooks has done. The most SEC wins of any first-year head coach in Kentucky history, and has led the greatest single-season turnaround from year to year in Kentucky women's basketball history. One of these starters for Lynchburg limping behind the bench. They took her back into the locker room. She's come back, so we'll have to keep our eye on Asia Boone to see if she returns to the lineup for Liberty. Boone averages 11 points a game for the Lady Flames.
Well, it's interesting, even as you're talking about the history and just different players in and out. You know, when we listened to the press conference yesterday, Liberty was really excited about this matchup, and it was because of the history between the two head coaches.
Lawrence draws another foul after the block by Silva. Lawrence, her final year, had to accept a new role coming in from UNC Charlotte, where she was the focal point.
You want to win, and ultimately, as a great player, you know, you can step into a role where you can shoot the ball every single time, or you step into a role and be a piece of a winning program. And you got to give a lot of credit to Lawrence, to all of these players, because they all, coming from their respective teams, have played different roles on this one.
Yeah, it's been a masterful job by Kenny Brooks assimilating this group. They are so tight-knit. Nice look in the post, and going to work under Silva is Emmy Stout. Nice move.
Great move. No, it's not. They needed to get some rest, and look at Georgia Amoore. But what I love is in those moments, she just does a good job of not only feeding what her team needs, but then also getting her teammates involved.
Liberty, shot clock down to 3. Have to make a move. That hit the rim. The shot clock reset, however. Key will come out of the pack. Key, rebound, she can take it coast to coast. Again, the Kentucky bigs so good with the ball.
Now they look like they're Liberty in the 2-3 zone. They're trying to make sure, just change up the defense enough.
Amoore, come on! Amoore, the Aussie, and a foul inside.
Be wondering.
They say she's the most popular player in camp by far. Getting her masters right now. Free throw is up and good. This is a very good free throw shooting team.
We were at practice and even on the press conference. They just look like they have a lot of fun together. These young ladies, and unfortunately they've been hit like so many teams around the NCAA with injuries, right? So you have the players that are injured, but just the fun that they have with one another.
Tiani Key blows by the D and scores. They've come so close in years past. Finally won that championship this year. This is the second year they've been members of Conference USA. Minute to go in the quarter. Smuda dumps it inside. Turnaround jumper, nicely done by Elizabeth Ayesdottir.
Ayesdottir saw the mismatch just on the size advantage. A good job of not dribbling the ball because Deja Lawrence is a good defender. Sanaya Taylor, excuse me.
Lawrence, double team, kicks it to Amoore. Amoore sees the opening and quickly gets through that gap. Final seconds of the opening quarter, about a half a second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Amoore had it, lost it. Smuda can't get the shot off, quarter over, and at the end of one, Kenny Brooks says Georgia Amoore is my mini-me, and you can certainly tell us. It was interesting yesterday to me. He was telling us how now it's almost an adult to an adult relationship, and that she comes by the office every morning, has a cup of coffee with him, and they talk about things that have nothing to do with basketball.
Well, and I think one of the things when you look at Georgia Amoore and Kenny Brooks over the years, watching those pictures, you can almost see it. We get to experience practice with them. And
she's had games of making 7 threes 3 times, but when she gets to the NCAA tournament, she really steps it up.
I just saw her number. She had 15 points, and she averages 19 points per game. So well on record.
In her entire career, she's failed to score in double figures once in an NCAA tournament game. Shot clock right now a factor. Down to 2, Amoore launches. Oh my! With a hand in her face! 18 points already for Georgia Amoore. That's right, 18, and we just started the second quarter.
You can't even say that it's been hard. She just has, I know you have shooters on the floor, but when you have somebody that's dominating the way that she is, you almost have to throw different looks. It can't just be a one-on-one matchup. You might have to look at how do you get multiple players on.
Nice take by Strack. Strack, one of those players coming over from Virginia Tech.
On the field goal, and just Kentucky doing a good job of making it hard for them to score.
Well, they have the open look inside. They'll get it back. 3 on the way. Yes! Buried by Emma Hess. The most dominant post players coming into this game for either team. But they play the post very differently. Amoore, that short jumper. Liberty needing a bucket as Kentucky's gone on a huge run since the end of the first quarter. Moore with the take. Good move.
But you're only able to run if the other team misses the shot. Then Kentucky's done a really good job. Georgia Amoore had done a really good job of making her shot.
That was a good job by Clara Strack. She's grown to 6'5". So good with the ball in her hands. She's had multiple assist games in 20 games this year. Good passer, good ball handler. Oh, nice drive. That was sweet by Emma Hess. Amoore, 20 points today, 14th time this year she's had a 20-point game. We haven't even hit halftime. Good rebound by Smuda, and a foul on Key. Liberty hanging with Kentucky in the paint in terms of point production, but Georgia Amoore has just lit the world on fire. 8 of 12 shooting, including 4 threes already. Good look inside, and a nice finish by Emmy Stout. Strack throws it across the lane to Key. Key, little baby hook, can't finish. Rebounded by Steenbergen.
I love how those two players, Strack and Key, they just work so well together. They're always looking at those opportunities. Of course, Georgia Amoore starts everything, but those two down low, nice little 1-2 punch.
This Kentucky team, when we had the selection committees reveals throughout the season, they were everywhere from a 3 seed to a 4 seed. Ended up a 4 seed because of a slow finish to the season, but they played 6 ranked. Emmy Stout for Liberty. And that broke a 14 straight free throw make streak for Stout. I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to jinx us.
Well, the good thing is sometimes you get an opportunity to start a new
there
streak.
You go.
And now she's 1-1.
Amoore to Key to Strack. Good ball movement. Strack with the finish.
And that's what you have to do. You have to attack.
10-point lead for Kentucky. And it'll remain that way. Key with a rebound. Kentucky has numbers 5 on 4 right now. Lawrence, little step back, can't get the shot off. Amoore's going to shoot it and make. And that is three-pointer number 5. And the fans here in historic Memorial Coliseum on their feet. A nice answer by Emma Hess. Earlier this season on the road at Oklahoma. Dumped down to Key and a foul, but a good pass by Strack. And has found a home here at Kentucky. For more information on game times and listings, go to NCAA.com. And Tiani Key doing good work at the free throw line.
Player Strack can move into the 4. Then you have Silver come in. Can you imagine that 3-4-5 matchup?
Shot clock down to 5. Step back by Hodges. Good. Nice shot. Jordan Hodges has been fun to watch in this half.
Oh, yeah. Substitution right there. You got Lexi Blue in the game.
Turnover by the Wildcats. Here's Hodges again. Passes up the shot this time. Anybody that says they wear 0 because 0 people can guard me, I'm a fan of.
I thought you were talking about yourself for a moment.
No way. Shot clock under 10. And Lawrence commits the foul. Going to win the championship in Conference USA. She mentally rehearsed. She said it's like speaking it into existence.
I do believe in that. Go back to 2012 and winning the WNBA championship at Minnesota. I had the same mindset.
What a follow by Emma Hess off that missed free throw, and suddenly the Lady Flames are within 8.
Emma Hess now with 9 points, and all of a sudden when she got aggressive, you could see the whole team feed off of her.
This opening half, which has seen Georgia Amoore pour in 23 points against a Liberty team. It comes in on an 11-game win streak. Good look inside, and the finish by Stout. Assist Ice Daughter.
Wow, I like that.
Cross court to Lexi Blue. And Blue actually stepped out of bounds.
Learn from the players in front of you. Sanaya Taylor, comes subbed in for her. But being able to have a Deja Lawrence and a Georgia Amoore to watch, next year is going to be an amazing year for her.
Stout working on Strack down low. Off the glass, no good. Hodges there with a rebound, made another pass across the lane. And a foul on the Wildcats will put the Lady Flames on the line. Stout back at the free throw line. She's made her last 2, Tamika. At Liberty, a tough course load. Wants to be a physician's assistant in an emergency room. She loves the pressure. Hess had another rebound, but it was swatted away. Final seconds of the half. Amoore with the ball in her hand. To the wing, Lawrence. Yes! And Kentucky ends the half with an exclamation point. 7 made threes by the Wildcats. Liberty Lady Flames back in the NCAA Tournament for the first time since 2018. The number 13 seed against a 4 seed here in Lexington. Clara Strack rejected by none other than Smuda. Amoore going to work right away. Lawrence launching the 3. Good!
Nice play. Got the ball to Deja Lawrence right in her shooting pocket. And
Amoore with the block. Well, this Kentucky team set a season record for block shots. Clara Strack individually set an individual record for blocks in a single season. Good catch and shoot, and nothing but net. Getting that first bid since 18. Strack shooting the 3. It's that kind of day for Kentucky.
Strack is bagging back a little bit. Looked like she was injured for a second.
Smuda with the follow-up.
Bella Smuda.
And Bella Smuda coming off a double-double in that championship game in Conference USA. Second straight year she had a double-double in the title game. Last year they lost. Amoore continues her hot shooting.
Georgia Amoore just does such a good job of just knowing where the defense is. And you look at Liberty so concerned about the screen for Amoore that even that one step back gives her enough room to go into a shot.
Key with the swat. Pass it up the floor to Lawrence. Lawrence with the finish. And right now they got to work on overcoming this red-hot Kentucky team, Tamika.
Trying to find simple ways to just make baskets happen, and Smuda, nice hesitation. I like the fact she didn't try to drive it into Strack, and the last couple of times she has, it hasn't ended up very well for her.
Georgia Amoore, 6 3-pointers today. She had 3 games this season with 7 or more. No Kentucky player in history has ever done that. She could just continue to add to her record-setting season. Key off the mark on a 3. We saw Strack, one of their other post players, make one earlier. And Tiani can shoot the 3 ball. We've seen her make some this season.
And I think as Tiani continues to take those shots that they will fall. Emma Hess, shot attempt, nice.
Good rundown by Steenbergen. Another chance for Hess. Hess has Hassett on her, shoots over the Aussie, good.
You could tell the excitement about making it to the NCAA tournament. They knew they had their hands full with this Kentucky team, but definitely up for the challenge. And I think we always talk about tournament time, and Strack able to get a nice little jumper on the base.
Done so well for Kentucky. They are coming in fully rested. Strack showing she's a 3-level scorer, and then an offensive foul. Clara Strack at the free throw line just got fouled by Emmy Stout. Strack, the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. You know, Tamika, she actually should be a freshman. She went to Virginia Tech a year early and then transferred over here, but she's actually the same age as the freshman. Also has a couple of assists and a couple of blocks, so good stat line for Key.
Well, the thing I love about her, too, is when you look at her not being able to knock down shots, what she does do is she plays defense and she works extremely hard and then runs down the floor. And, you know, every single time she makes the play, when she catches the ball down low, especially when she's in her element around the basket, she gives you the 1-2 dribble.
And she was one of the players that reacted so surprised when they got that good luck message from Toby Mack. She's a huge fan of his. And Toby actually played on the golf team.
The freshman Emma Stout, and she has no fear taking the ball. She took it at Clara Strack. She's taking it at Clara Silver. That's what you have to do.
Kentucky missing another one. Silva banks that in. They have missed 6 shots in a row before Silva got the bucket. And Silva very much a momentum shooter. She has been perfect this year in several games. From Portugal, who arrived in the U.S. back in August, just a freshman. Very much a big part of the future Kenny Brooks has planned here at Kentucky. 3 on the way, and that is good. Pure by Brooke Moore against Kansas State or Fairfield. They'll play on this floor 2:30 Eastern over on ESPN News. Hassett off the mark on the three, and over the back was Silva.
Silva more physical down low, and we watched one practice where I think she had to go through 5 or 6 possessions, and they just had the guys just going up against her.
Blocked by Hassett.
We got a lot of young players that have had the opportunity. We talk, what will this team look like next year without Georgia Amoore and Deja Lawrence when they graduate? But you have young players that are stepping up, and of course, transfer portal will be opening up soon, and continue to build. Emma Stout.
Stout 4 of 6 from the line today, 12 points. And that's out of bounds off of Liberty.
Liberty only down by 11, and with a team like this, you can't let them get that confidence.
Lawrence, that's partially blocked. Hassett saved it. Shot clock is a factor now, down to 5. Fans letting the team know, here goes Amoore, this is her magic. Gets the roll and one!
Georgia had to make it look good, and then she just sat there. I think she wanted the camera on, but great job getting between the screens. And Stout stepped up and fouls. One little photo shoot on the ground.
Georgia Amoore has been putting on a highlight show today. She made that free throw as well, so completes the three-point play, now up to 29 points today. The Kentucky record for an NCAA tournament game is 34 points, and it has stood since 2013. Liberty trying to answer here to end the third quarter. Hodges, backcourt violation, and it will be Kentucky's ball as Hodges tries to plead her case. Amoore. Amoore, jumper off the mark, quarter over. So we have completed 3 quarters of play here in Lexington.
I think the advice is you have to take it one possession at a time, because you're not just on the offensive end going to get all of these points back. Start focusing on or continue to focus on the little thing. Get some points on the basket, or on the board rather. And then defensively, you got to make some stops.
Second block by Georgia Amoore, and then gets the steal. Amoore out to Hassett, Aussie to Aussie. 3 is good. From a different area of Australia than Amoore. Largest lead of the game right now for Kentucky as Liberty tries to eat into it. Nice pass. Pass finding Smuda.
Attack them, get those and one plays, get anything you can at this point.
Amoore short of blocking shots today, Tamika.
Well, that's her second one, and you see right there, I think she was a little surprised she got that one. But not only that, she stayed in the play and able to make a great defensive play. Defense leads to offense, and Hassett finishing.
Hodges with a nice move and draws the foul. Will go to the line.
Really stepped up big for Liberty.
Hodges now with 10 points. 67-55 Kentucky. Up here in the fourth quarter, trying to get to a Sunday game. Amoore off the mark on that 3. Strack with a rebound. Hassett, another 3, and it's good. 2 in a row for Millie Hassett.
See down low.
Nice daughter off the glass, missed, and Smuda there to clean it up.
Make it hard for Kentucky.
Nice pass. That is textbook. That'll make the summer camp film. Amoore to Strack, and Strack with a double-double today. 15th this season.
And Amoore, 29 points, 8 assists.
Hodges. Amoore gets it back to Key. Key missing the open jumper. Pass on the move. Liberty looking to score quick. Trying to go into Smuda. They do and get the bucket. Kentucky again trying to end a scoring drought, and Smuda swats that out of bounds.
Sanaya Tyler coming to the basket and able to get that out of the air.
2 blocks a day for Smuda. Into Key. Key spins right, misses on the finish. And a chance for the Lady Flames to again get it back to a single-digit margin.
The great thing about Tiani Key in a game like this, she's going to get called for that foul.
Emmy Stout comes in to replace her. Stout's throwing the ball in right now. Stout going to her left. Nice move.
You attack the post player. Tiani Key with 4. The coach going to keep her in the game.
Pass it. Off the mark. She made 2 in a row earlier, and an over-the-back foul on Key will foul her out of the game. First player to foul out. The lead is down to 8 as the Lady Flames try to make a run here. A 13 seed Stout going right at Strack and finishes.
And this is what happens when you get to tournament time. Players step up and make big plays. And Hassett not able to knock down the 3. There's another opportunity for Liberty.
Kentucky's gone over 4 minutes without scoring, and it's Liberty who takes a timeout.
I think she has to get her aggressiveness back to finding her shot, finding and looking for her shot.
Liberty looking for a good shot, trailing 6, whistle away from the ball. The 2 most imposing post players for Kentucky have now fouled out of the game with 2:26 left. But it is Stout back on the free throw line. $17 points for Stout, and for the 5th straight year, every NCAA women's champion. Stout makes both free throws over the last 4 minutes.
We talked about the fans that are at home cheering on this Liberty team, but what you didn't mention is they're the big fan entourage right behind us.
Liberty traveled well. Lawrence ends the scoring drive.
Saw that before she got here.
Liberty has 2 timeouts remaining. Kentucky has 4. Out of bounds and a foul. 18 points today. And making them when it counts. But she is 7 of 10 today. And the lead reduces back to 4.
She has 20 points right now. This is the player, Emmy Stout. Averages 6.6 points per game.
Lawrence looking down low, intercepted by the Lady Flames. Under 90 seconds to play. A 2-possession lead for Kentucky. Stout gets stuck. 3 on the way. Good by Avery Mills, and it's a 1-point game. Timeout, Kentucky. And it'll be Hassett inbounding for the Wildcats.
Been those 4 players. Hodges back on the floor. She had 13, so that 4th player that I didn't mention earlier, but she's been playing great defensively and offensively.
Amoore attacks and scores. 1-possession game with under a minute to play. Hodges had the opening miss. The follow, though, is good by Ice Daughter. 1-point lead for Kentucky. Amoore taking time off the clock. Hodges is guarding her loosely. Amoore to Hassett. Hassett for 3. Off the mark. Hassett got her miss. Shot clock is off, and Amoore has to get fouled. Hassett to inbound it. To Amoore. And Amoore is fouled right away. That's 3 off the Kentucky record, but a couple of free throws here.
She's been clutch for this team.
Makes them both. The only other player to make a three more. And it will be Mills to throw the ball in. 10.9 seconds left. Kentucky up 3, Liberty ball. A lob down to Smuda. Smuda on the floor. Travel, turnover. Hassett set to throw it in. Kentucky up 3. Amoore fouled by Hess. Trying to give Kentucky a 2-possession lead, and does. She makes this free throw. It'll be a new NCAA tournament record for points for Kentucky. And doesn't make it. 34 points for Amoore, ties the Kentucky record. Silva guarding the ball. Hodges set to throw it in. To Hess. Hess picked up by Hassett. Hess launches the 3. Banked in! Clock stops.
And when you get fouled for Kentucky, you're going to have an opportunity to be at the free throw line. Make your shots.
Hassett to inbound, gets it to Amoore. No one fouls her, and Kentucky runs out the clock.